Welcome to Ask Elihu. Today we're going to talk about 3 common beginner mistakes that a lot of players make. Chasing, hedging, and trying to lock in or middle while playing in game. In the first question about chasing, someone at Raslack wrote, if I bet a team at minus 250 and they're losing, what's the strategy to cover my bet when team B is now favored? If I bet minus 250 on team B, I'll lose less money. Is there a way to turn this to a way to win money? And you're asking the wrong question. The question isn't how do I reduce my loss? The question is how do I make a positive EV bet? And most winning players are going to lose 46, 47% of their bets. And there's nothing wrong with losing a bet. The problem happens is when you start making bad bets to lose less. You also see this on martingale. Martingale is a chase system. If you lose your first bet, you double. If you lose that, you double again. And you keep doubling until you, in theory, win 1 unit or until you've lost all your money, which happens eventually. Second question is regarding hedging. And you see this all the time when players make big parlays. And in this example, consider a player who made a 4-team parlay and he's won his first 3 legs. He has 1 play left, and if he wins it, he wins 10 units or he loses 1 unit. How much should he hedge on that last leg? And here we're missing the first question, which is why did he do a 4-team parlay in the beginning? If you play a 4-team parlay, in your 4th leg you're playing to hedge when you get that far, why even bet it if you're just going to hedge it out? So the better approach is to not do a 4-team parlay. Usually most pros either don't do parlays or they do 2 or 3 teamers when they can get a correlation or some way to bet more money than they're supposed to. But a general rule of thumb, if you're a beginner, is there's no upside to parlays. So in this case, I'd say don't do parlays, and at this point, unless it's a meaningful amount of money in your life, don't hedge. Just look for positive EV bets. And the last one, you see people talking about making subsequent bets in-game to offset a pre-game bet they made. So imagine you bet a favorite minus 250, and the favorite goes up, and you can play the dog at plus 300 and lock in a profit. Is that a good play? And again, it doesn't matter if the price is plus 300 and that it's a scalp with your original bet. The question is, at that moment in the game, is plus 300 a good bet? And if it is, you make the bet whether or not you bet minus 250. But if you're betting minus 250 at the beginning of a match in the hopes that it takes a lead and you can hedge it out, then you're probably making 2 negative EV bets. So again, focus on each individual bet, and if each bet is positive EV, you're going to win long term. And another example of the in-game hedge problem. Say you have a good bet where you play the dog at plus 7 and at halftime they're tied. You have the opportunity to play the favorite at minus 4.5, and then you might win both bets. At worst case, you'll lose 1 bet. Is that a good play? And again, it doesn't matter that you had plus 7 and that you're setting up a middle. The question is it betting that favorite at minus 4.5 plus EV? And if it is, you bet it, and if not, you skip it. So the recurring theme is always look for plus EV bets. You're not trying to score big, you're just trying to pluck away. And if you hit that 53%, 53.5%, your money's going to grow so much that your limits are going to be your biggest problem. But along the way, you're going to lose close to 47% of your bets, and it's not going to bother you. If you have any questions, post it at our beginner Slack at Raz.